Our society has countless images, ideas, and stereotypes about change agents. People who help an organization transform by improving business process and interpersonal interactions. Whether influencing fashion, business, art, entertainment, science, politics, or law, these change agents have and continue to positively impact today's society on so many levels. And today, we are proud to share the story of these business owners, coaches, innovators, and thought leaders from various industries who are eager to educate, inspire, and motivate you. This is Our Voices on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Welcome to Our Voices, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation. My name is Natasha Nurse. I'm the owner and co-founder of Dressing Room 8, co-host of Woke and Free, and the lifestyle editor for Plus Model magazine. And this show is focused on highlighting the amazing work of powerful change agents who have a great message to share with the world. Today, I'm really excited to be speaking with a woman that I know and love. She is style expert Susan Moses. She is no novice, anchored by 2 decades of fashion experience steeped in the culture from the Hollywood big screen to high-end SoHo boutiques through work on more than 50 music videos, numerous ad campaigns, and television shows. Susan's creative energy has made her a highly sought expert in the fashion arena. While she has worked with celebrities and models of all sizes, Susan is renowned for her work with curvy women and the brands and designers catering to them. And in 2011, her expertise was acknowledged with the Fashion Stylist of the Year Award during New York Full Figure Fashion Week. So without further ado, Susan, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? And thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm doing well. I'm really excited to have you on for Our Voices. And so I guess the first question out of the gate would be just how did you get started in fashion?
How many hours do you have? Well, I had a brief stint as a plus model, actually. Mm-hmm. In my late teens, I did it from like around 18, 19 years old. I tried it, but I realized quickly that modeling was not my thing. Mm-hmm. I dabbled in a little makeup artistry. Mm-hmm. And then I started working as a dresser and working in fashion show production for 7th on 6th. When the shows were all over New York City. Mm-hmm. And that's how I really, really got my foot in and really fell in love with every aspect of fashion.
I love it. Okay. And what do you love most about styling?
I love having a vision in my head, a thought, and seeing it all come together, like the totality of a look, you know, and I can be inspired by a color, a piece of jewelry, a pair of shoes, and then all of a sudden I get the look in my head, and when it all comes together, it's exciting. It's still exciting for me to this very day.
Awesome. And what would you say are 3 key styling tips that a woman should never forget for herself?
I think that number one, and I spend a lot of time on these 2 things in my book, The Art of Dressing Curves, where, you know, some women have issues but most women, the majority of women, are like right on. And I think one thing that's really important is wearing the right bra and being fitted properly, because wearing the wrong bra can ruin your whole look. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, also wearing the proper shapewear. And mind you, shapewear isn't supposed to reconstruct or reshape your body, but it gives you the proper support that you need. And also, I think, lastly, and most importantly, is understanding what works for you, understanding what your body type is, and what silhouettes work for you and you feel your best in. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about you at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And I love that you mentioned your book, The Art of Dressing Curves, the best kept secrets of a fashion stylist. So I love the book. I'd love for you to share, just kind of the motivation behind creating it and what are the major takeaways from the book.
I think one of them, if I may say so, is my personal story, which is in the opening of the book, because I talk about how, you know, I've always been led by what I feel and what I'm passionate about and what makes me feel good and what, you know, turns out to make other women feel good. Like, I feel like I'm a style cheerleader at the end of the day, but I've always gone with my gut and done what I wanted to do in life. And I still pretty much do what I would like to do. I'm not led by making a dollar. I'm led by my passion.
Absolutely. And where would you say you got that motivation to kind of be in touch with you and what you wanted and move ahead with that direction?
I think it's part of being a Leo.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, because even my mom has always said that's just who I am. Like, if she told me to go left, I'm going to go right. That's just how I think.
Gotcha.
I also think one of the other things I'm proud of with this book, and what really motivated me to write the book is I wanted women to realize that your style is how you speak to the world. So it's up to you to define it. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's what makes you feel best, and it's your unspoken language to the world about yourself.
Interesting. So then would you say there are no like fashion faux pas or mistakes, that like it is whatever you want it to be?
I think that for me, I see it as I like to see women, I like the clothes to fit. Fit is the most important thing to me than anything else. I'm not a fan of sloppiness, but I don't think style itself within that there's a right or a wrong. Like I like even when some people go nuts during like award shows. Oh, her dress was horrible. Oh, you know what? If she loved it, girl, go ahead and wear it.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Because it is sad that we, after major award shows, we always, have this like public discussion of like, who did it right, who wore it right, who wore it wrong. And it is, I feel like if someone loved it and they feel good, then we should stop as a society, like, shading them when it's like, it's their style, right? It's their choice.
And cookie cutter is boring to me. I want to see a little mess. Like, I want to see, different, I want to see people speak in different languages through their clothing. We should not all look the same.
Exactly. Would you say there's certain designers that lend for like more creative looks and outfits?
I love and we don't see enough in my opinion, of the Japanese designers. We don't see enough of African American designers.
Yes.
I like, designers from around the world of different ethnicities. America has, is pretty safe and cookie cutter. But, I love seeing different aspects culturally infused in design.
I love that. Yeah. And would you say that it works? So that's interesting too, because what are your thoughts with like being more eccentric and then like the conversation of like cultural appropriation?
Well, I think that as long as you're doing it in a respectful and a tactful way, there's nothing wrong with it. Like wearing Yohji Yamamoto or Kenzo or, or Mashoud out of Brooklyn. I think that I don't think that I don't have a problem with that. As long as it's done respectfully.
I appreciate that. Okay.
And you giving props to who you're wearing.
Yes, absolutely. So you are listening to Our Voices on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. My name is Natasha Nurse, and my guest today is style expert Susan Moses. So when it comes to dressing for your shape and fit and stuff like that, what are some key tips that you can give for everyone listening?
Well, you know what? Can I just add one more thing, Natasha, if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure.
Another one of my inspirations for the book, and one of the takeaways, is about embracing your curves. And I think not enough women embrace their bodies as they are. And even if you want to make changes, if you want to gain a few, lose a few, flatten your tummy, you still have to love yourself through the process.
Absolutely.
And I think that's really important for us, for all of us, for all women.
I would agree with that. I definitely got that as a takeaway from the book as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. So shape, dressing for your shape.
I think that when you understand your proportions, you can achieve the different looks that you like to create with more ease. And that's why I talk extensively about that, because I was on a tour throughout Canada about in 2014, and I got so many questions about, well, my waist is this, and, I wish I had a smaller waist, or I wish I can create more shape. So I spend a lot of time teaching women how they can sort of, create different silhouettes and have fun with fashion. For instance, if you're more rectangular, you're more straight in the waist, you can get the right belt, or a jacket or a top with strategic seaming does all that for you.
Absolutely. Okay.
So it's about understanding proportion, getting the right pieces, so you can obtain the silhouette that you'd like to have.
Gotcha. So then you would say it really comes down to like getting more in I guess in tune with who you are fashion wise. So like doing research and like not being lazy, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Spend some time with yourself. It's okay. Spend time in front of that mirror. It's okay.
Absolutely.
Playing with different silhouettes, things that have more volume on the top and are fitted on the bottom. Just playing with clothes. I think that, we have to also embrace the fact that fashion also can be fun. Like, it's not the cure to cancer.
Very, very true. But hopefully there's like some type of clothing option that, I don't know, blocks cancer because, it's very interesting to see where technology is going. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, people need to it's not brain surgery. This is fun. This is, I always say, fashion is like inspirational and educational, right? Like it's both.
And let's embrace the fantasy part of it. We don't have to also have a protest about every little thing. Some of it's just fantasy. Just have fun.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on when it comes to women who may come up to you and they seem like they're very overwhelmed with all the options out there, whether they're straight size or plus size, and they want advice as to where are the first steps to go, right? Like if they're willing to do the research but they just don't know where to start, what would you say to that woman?
If there's a great fashion magazine that you love, there's tons of information online right now. You can just ask Google anything and it'll pop up.
Gotcha.
Also, if you have a friend that you trust that can give you great advice, or you have a friend that you can shop together, and that you're honest with each other, but also in a loving way.
Absolutely.
I don't think that one works for you, or maybe you should try a new color. I saw a dress the other day that I think would look great on you. If you have a good shopping buddy, that also helps.
Absolutely. How frequently would you say a woman should be shopping and learning about, new trends and new brands out there?
I think that it's good to check in seasonally as far as what new brands are out there. I'm big on accessories because we can't always afford new clothing. And the right accessories can change a whole look.
Absolutely.
The right belt, purse, shoes, earrings, it can change a whole look.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
And
so it's not always about, shopping for new clothing. It's those other little extras that are fun as well.
Okay. And would you say there's certain specific accessories that every woman should have in her closet?
I say a little bit of everything. I'm a real cha-cha girl, so you're asking the wrong one.
Oh, no. Nice. Very nice. Okay, well, what's your favorite accessory in your closet then?
I love shoes and I love belts. I do love belts. And I think I like belts because it's a little bit rebellious because so many women say, I don't have a waist. Every woman has a waist. And you can there's so many great belts out. I love the OB belt because that one you can wrap and tie and knot it. It's fun.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
There's so many great choices. Then you have these belts that are that are elasticized, so they're comfortable. And a lot of them come in different widths. There's so many options today.
Absolutely. So I completely agree. You are listening to Our Voices. My name is Natasha Nurse. More with my guest, style expert Susan Moses, next on the Voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC.
If your skin could talk, would you listen?
As your skin, I forgive you. I forgive you for damaging me before prom, on spring break, and at tanning salons. But if you continue to tan, I hope you can forgive me. Forgive me when I start developing wrinkles and age spots. Forgive me if I develop melanoma when you're only 22.
Protect your skin from the second most common cancer in young women 15 to 29 years old. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Welcome back to Our Voices on the Voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. My name is Natasha Nurse and my guest today is style expert Susan Moses. So, Susan, what would you say has been